West Deptford impressive on its first possession. Let's see what happens here. Gismondi over the right side, and he'll get some decent yardage across the 30-yard line.
Victor on the tackle.
Gismondi is a senior. His advance to the 32-yard line. Pickup of 5, second down and 5. And Mike, the West Deptford offense has been picking off significant chunks on just about every play.
And you don't see that that often against a Paulsboro team. You got to fight, claw, and dig, bite, everything possible to get that kind of yardage. And you got to expect they will adjust. They're still leaving the hole to the left side. They're going to run it that way this time.
Very good. Is about a yard short of the first down. He advances the ball to the 35-yard and gets about 3 on the play.
Wow, on that play, when they came with the unbalanced line to the near side this way, to the left offensively for West Deptford, Paulsboro's line was adjusted, but the linebackers were still caught to the inside, and that may be what's happening defensively, allowing West Deptford to get the 3, 4, 5, 6 yards because the linebackers have not been getting to them at the point of attack.
West Deptford needs about
see it here?
2.
See it here, the linebackers to the inside. Whoop, that's going to cost them. But right there you could see the linebacker was to the inside, and then 3 defensive linemen making man-to-man blocking, allowing the lead blocker to get into the hole downfield to make the hit on the linebacker.
Tight end move for West Deptford. This will cost the Eagles.
We have a dead ball foul. False start.
Bill Capucci making the call, today's referee in the white hat.
How come Nick Guerreri isn't here? We've seen him about 9 times this year. Third down and 7. Now this could change the Eagle play. They had 3rd and short. Now they have 3rd and about 7. Tally is 1-for-1 throwing the ball. Tally back to throw. Fires it out, completed to Gismondi, and he is close to the first down.
Excellent job by Tally that time as he got back 3 steps, quickly turned, timing pattern all the way. Gismondi comes down, turns to the outside. The ball is delivered before he makes the cut. As a result, the defender cannot make his move prior to the ball getting there, and allows the gain on the play. Gets him, what, a yard shy. They'll still have to punt. Penalty, very costly.
So they only get 6 in the play. They needed 7. West Deptford will be forced to punt the football. Sean Garrison does the punting for the Eagles. Deep for Paulsboro. Jason Diggs, who just ran 67 yards from scrimmage, along with Albert Frisbee. Low snap. Garrison scoops it up and gets it off. Good job by Garrison. Gets off a pretty good punt. And it takes a good West Deptford bounce. So a nice job by Sean Garrison, who had to field on one half the snap from center. Got off a good punt. So Paulsboro will start from its 31. They have run only 1 play from scrimmage in the first quarter, but that was a long one, 67 yards for touchdown by Diggs. 7-6 lead for Paulsboro, the neighborhood Gloucester County rivals, playing in the final game of the season for both on Thanksgiving Day. One of a limited number of games in Gloucester County this Thanksgiving.
Just 3 actually in the county being played.
The throw. Protection breaking down, and does he hit the receiver? Excellent job on the play by Bill Nevis. Nevis, good concentration. The catch to the 40-yard line. A pickup on the play of about 8. It'll be 9, second down and 1.
Mike Grelly was one of the question marks at the beginning of the season here. As you can watch this time. Watch how he just maintains his composure as he is being tackled. Finds Nevis downfield, and Bill comes up with the super catch. The tight end gone down on the ground and getting the 9 yards out of it.
Hey, you like all this great camera action today, Mike?
Doing the job as usual.
First down carry on the play by Mike Turner. Turner gets it up to the 42-yard line, so the Red Raiders will have a first down. That's Paulsboro's Kevin Jenkins being worked on the sidelines. He's a junior. So first down and 10 for the Red Raiders. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the first. 7-6 lead for Paulsboro. Option play kept by Grelly, and he'll get nice yardage. He is tripped up by John Kama, a junior, but not before the advance is to midfield. Another good gain. Grelly's pickup of 7 makes it 2nd down and 3.
Well, this offense at Paulsboro, they test you defensively, find out exactly what you can do. As you can see, Clyde Folsom, a little nervous and anxious on the far side, like to close out this game with a victory. And even with the sub-500 season, Bob, it probably already has been looked at as a success, but it would be guaranteed a success with the 4th win.
2nd and 3. Diggs with just his 2nd carry, and
Diggs on the carry.
he'll pick up 2, but he'll be short of the 1st down by just about a yard.
Well, Paulsboro, as we said, test you everywhere. They tested you outside on the first play of the offensively for them in the ball game. They've now tried the counter trap inside on this series. They've tried the option play, and they've just went with their veer dive to the left side. So they'll be taking a look, seeing what is successful, and then they'll start to emphasize that as the game continues.
Ball at the 48-yard line, 3rd down and 1. Diggs has the 1st down to about the 45-yard line.
Nothing fancy that time. They said we need a yard. Let's just go with that power smash. Let the fullback lead the tailback into the hole, get the extra blocker right there at the point of attack, and get the yard and a half that we need for the 1st down. Now we'll start with our more wide open stuff. He's got a lot of room to the left side. Hasn't gone in that direction yet with the option. Got an official's timeout on the field for an equipment problem.
1:15 to go in the 1st period. 7-6 lead for Paulsboro. The ball at the 46-yard line with the 1st down and 10. That Paulsboro High School wrestling team, Mike, in USA Today yesterday rated the number 6 team in the United States in the preseason. How about that?
Well, they certainly merit a high rating. Whether or not it's number 6, number 1, number 60, who knows? You know, there's a lot of question about the national polls, how accurate they are. But what we do know is Paulsboro is wrestling.
1st down and 10, the ball at the 46-yard line. Now they split the back squarely, back to throw, getting a big rush. Fires it, completed, and Thorogood quickly knocks Mike Turner out of bounds. Grelly is a guy, Mike, who's had a good season and kind of unnoticed. He's been a very effective quarterback, has not gotten a whole lot of accolades, but I think he has had a real outstanding senior campaign for the Raiders.
It's very, very difficult, Bob, to take over as a senior when you don't have the hype coming in, when the people don't know your name except those most closely associated with the team, to really get the recognition that perhaps you deserve.
Ball at the 42-yard line, 2nd down and 6 for Paulsboro. Diggs with the pitch. Diggs cutting it back inside, getting into the secondary. He has to beat one man. He could go again. Diggs to the 20, the 15, the 10, and touchdown, Jason Diggs. 2 TDs, 2 long runs by
Penalty
Diggs.
flag on the
In the
far
first
side,
period,
Bob.
however, there is a penalty, and Ben Gismondi of West Deptford clapping his hands. He said this one's coming back. So Diggs with his 2nd TD run of the 1st period.
87, Rick.
A holding call will bring this one back. Wow.
Yeah, Nevis moved from the right side to the left side, set as a tight end on that direction, and then had the key block right at the point of attack, and wrapped up probably Gismondi, who knew he was held, and it was picked up by the linesman correctly so and brought back. Now watch, Nevis is over here at 87 on the far left side. Watch him as he comes in. You can see just grabbing a hold as they say it, and the flag goes down quickly. Great run, however, by Diggs. 2nd one of the game, brought back.
So the Raiders backed up the midfield, and that wipes out a 42-yard scoring run by Jason Diggs, who's having a big first period, but cross out those 42 yards. So it is now 2nd down and 14 for the Raiders. Grelly to throw. Hits his man. Russ into the secondary. Russ could go. And touchdown, a 50-yard scoring strike from Mike Grelly to John Russ, cutting over the middle. And the Raiders with some big offensive plays. They just had a 42-yarder by Diggs wiped out. They come right back on the next play with a 50-yard pass. Grelly to Russ. It's 13-6, 32 seconds to go in the period.
I'm telling you what, team speed. Asked about the ball game in advance, talking to a number of people, and you know, I like the way West Deptford has come along this season, Bob, but team speed is so important, and I felt the Red Raiders would have too much of that for the Eagles, and you've seen it on the 3 touchdowns, 2 of which have counted. They have just run away from the secondary of Paulsboro.
Jason Lucci, a sophomore, trying to make it 2 for 2 from placement out of Grelly's hold. And he's good again, so it's 14-6.
The Red Raiders of Paulsboro High School 14, the Eagles of West Deptford 6. 32 seconds.
We'll take a look here.
Period.
Grelly comes back. What I love here is the way Russ makes the move at the last instant. You can't see it here. He had driven the defender straight back, then made the move to the left side. Now he comes and says, where's the hole? Where's the opening? I better go to the outside. I'll do that. Try and pick up a block from Ian Victor. Just a little bump, which was enough to set him free and get him into the end zone.
A lot of fireworks in the first period. Paulsboro has had scoring plays of 67, 42, and 50 yards. The 42-yarder came back. 7-play drive, consuming 2 minutes and 30 seconds, a couple of first downs on the drive.
And a couple of touchdowns on the drive,
That's right.
Only get credit for one,
2
however.
touchdowns. Who's that statistician we have working
That
with
is
us today?
Joe Stats Kelly,
Stats
former
Kelly.
outstanding collegiate player at Widener University,
Wow.
who just can never get enough football.
Huh. James Davis kicking off for the Red Raiders, who lead at 14-6 after trailing 6-0. Thorogood at the 15. Thorogood trying to get to the outside, but again, the Raiders get down there quickly. Mike, there's that speed again, the coverage on the special teams.
Yeah, and that just seemed to continue. It's like they have a track program somewhere in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade, and they have them out there and just develop that speed, and they always have it here. You see it every year in and year out. Then
Sam
they find
Swanson.
the fastest ones and they make them the tailback, right?
Yeah, Sam Swanson, Derek Haney among the tacklers downfield quickly for Paulsboro. 15 seconds to go in the first period.
My goodness, and a timeout called.
It's a
What a time
strange
to
place
call
to
one.
take a timeout, yeah.
Start of a drive. 15 seconds to go before they get a chance to do some talking with the coaches at the end of the quarter, and confusion.
Might be, we were 10 minutes before the game, we were talking about a small crowd, but as we look around the stadium now, you know, there's not a bad crowd here for this Thanksgiving contest.
Yeah, there's only one area really that, around the fence that isn't fully enveloped by people, and that's at the opposite end, the end that West Deptford is now in the direction. So they're here.
Mike, looking forward to the Clayton-Gloucester playoff game coming up this Saturday.
That should be a game in which you will not be able to find a spot to sit or stand. You know that Gloucester, a long-time football town, will have everybody from that community there. On the other hand, Clayton has now developed such a following. Interestingly, Bob, even in the down years, Clayton had good followings. But this year, they are everywhere at every game. Get there early, Saturday, 1 o'clock at Gloucester, if you want a seat. And maybe if you want a spot to stand.
You have to test your impartiality on Saturday, Mike, being a Clayton resident. School
Well, my
board
middle
member.
name is Objective.
First down and 10 for the Eagles. Thorogood has a little bit of trouble with the handoff and will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He stopped at about the 25. That should be the final play of the first period. So a lot of offense in the first quarter from both teams, but mostly from Paulsboro. On the Heritage's scoreboard, after one period, Paulsboro 14, West Deptford 6. We'll be back.
The Eagles of West Deptford 6.
Where does your oil dealer's oil come from? Poor quality heating oil can send your hard-earned dollars up in smoke. With W.B. Stewart & Son, you get top quality, specially blended heating oil directly from Coastal Refinery. Coastal Oil is premium grade heating oil, processed right here in Gloucester County. It burns cleaner, is more energy efficient, and safer for the environment. If you're not sure about the quality of your heating oil, switch to W.B. Stewart & Son, your Coastal dealer.
Attention business owners. You can increase sales this holiday season by reaching your customers through targeted cable TV advertising. Expand your advertising budget with co-op ad dollars you've already earned. Time is running out. This is the countdown. Most co-op advertising plans have year-end cutoffs. Increase holiday sales with co-op advertising on this cable system.
Second quarter football from Paulsboro High School, Thanksgiving Day, 1991. 14-6, the Red Raiders on top of the Eagles. Mike Linder along with Bob Shryock for Storer Communication. Hope you're enjoying this ball game following an outstanding Thanksgiving dinner. We're enjoying putting it together for you, Bob.
Second down and 11, beginning period number 2. Stepford is so 26. Tally the throw, getting a big rush. He is drilled. It is intercepted by Kevin Jenkins. Tally was drilled by James Davis just as he released the football. Don't know whether that had any bearing on the pass, but a good defensive play by Kevin Jenkins, and Paulsboro right back threatening again at the West Deptford 35-yard line.
Well, the bearing it might have had on the play, Bob, was the fact that the pressure on Tally forced him to do something every quarterback knows they shouldn't do, and that is throw into coverage. There were 4 defenders, 1 receiver. It also looked perhaps like the second receiver had brought his men into the area, and that caused the problem.
Turner with some good yardage.
We'll take a look at this. Now watch how Tally gets the pressure and then decides, I'm going to get rid of the football, and throws right into the coverage. Good play by Davis, but we've been watching that all season long. Really didn't even have a receiver where he was throwing the ball as far as the look you could see there from behind the backfield.
I love that camera angle.
Yep.
A gain on the play of about 7 yards, second down and 3 for the Red Raiders. Their offense in gear here in the first half. Option left, Diggs needs a block. Is knocked out of bounds by Tony Denby.
You can see the speed again on that play, Bob. Gismondi certainly did a super job fighting off his blocker, then tries to get to Diggs. He gets to him, but a step or half a step late because of the speed of Diggs, who's able to then make the move to the outside and get away from him.
We will measure for the first down, so time is out with 10:54 to play in the first half. Paulsboro trying to conclude a very successful season at 7-2, and West Deptford trying to continue its great strides by moving up to 4-5. Who is that? That's the Voges.
It can't be. That's half of the Voges.
Slenderized John Vogeting, the assistant sports editor. That can't be the Voges.
No, it can't be. At the other end, of course, John Cupsey's been doing it for years, you know, and a sad note when you see Vogeting there, you know, because while it's great to see John carrying the chains at Paulsboro, the sad note, of course, is the passing of a gentleman associated in the chain gang for so many years here at Paulsboro. A great Paulsboro football fan lost this year.
Ralph Feo just passed away not too many weeks ago, Mike. He was a guy who never missed a game in over 20 years. Always down there on the sidelines, a great Paulsboro fan. First down and 10 for the Raiders.
A lot of room to the right side, Bob.
That's where they're going. Diggs cutting it back inside. Nice job by the West Deptford defense, and Gismondi makes the nice play, turning it back inside, and then with help from Mike Bosher.
Somebody didn't get out there it was supposed to get there, because Gismondi is not diagrammed defensively, the defensive end, to be left uncovered like that. That play will not work if you don't get a man pulling from the guard position or a lead halfback on the defensive end. And Grelly turned and looked at the sidelines, put his arms out, palms skyward, and said, what happened? Somebody didn't do what they were supposed to do. That play was set up and should have gone.
Diggs got only a yard, second down and 9, the ball at the 23. The pitch, Diggs coming the other way. And an outstanding tackle. Big play by Ben Gismondi. Outstanding tackle.
Well, Gismondi's everywhere. He lined up on the left side last play, right side this play. Gismondi obviously playing on a corner depending on the formation. This time the formation took him to the right side, and he gets the penetration, is able to beat the blocker, as you'll see, on this quick pitch. Usually the tackle pulls here to try to get to the outside. That's Davis, 58. He cannot get the Gismondi, and bent up quickly as he read up beautifully.
Is that one of those textbook tackles, Mike?
That is the textbook tackle.
Third down and 9. Ready to throw. And it is incomplete. The pass intended for John Russ. Good coverage by Thorogood, and that'll make it 4th down and 9 for Paulsboro. And the West Deptford defense, really for the first time in the game, acquitting itself in this series.
Same play they ran for the touchdown. Russ drives the defender, in this case Thorogood, backwards around 10, 12 yards, and then as the ball's thrown, he makes his cut. Thorogood having nothing to do with it this time, remembering it on the TD, and stayed with the receiver, able to get the right hand in there and knock it away.
Big play here for the West Deptford defense. 4th down and 9, the ball at the 23-yard line, and Welly back to throw. Good protection, and it is knocked down by number 52, Brian Oswald, and that's a good series defensively for West Deptford, Mike, because they've really been burned here early in the football game. That was a good series.
Yeah, absolutely essential to stay into the game. Couldn't give up a third score here. After scoring, taking the lead, feeling some enthusiasm, feeling some belief based on the game plan to have Paulsboro come back and score so easily. If they had scored here again, they may have been thinking, hey, I wonder how the turkey's doing in the oven. We'll be there soon. Let's get this one over with. But this gives them an opportunity to come back. If they could score here, we really have a football game.
1st and 10. Thorogood with the carry, picking his way, and he'll have a couple of yards.
Ron Anderson, 78, reaching and grabbing the jersey of Thorogood, or he may have gotten 4 or 5 more yards, and Anderson did not let go. Howard looked a little concerned on the first drive, looked a lot happier in the 2 drives of Paulsboro, now just looked a little puzzled on that, trying to determine what defense. Calls almost every offensive play and every defensive play. Man knows his football.
Thorogood got 3, 2nd down and 7. Double wing situation now with 1 setback behind Tally. And they run the reverse, and Gismondi has room, knocks down a would-be tackler, and Gismondi is going to be taken out of bounds by Victor. A penalty marker is down.
What's he calling? There's only the 2 men there, the defender and the runner. Got to believe.
How'd you like Gismondi shedding that tackler?
Yeah, well, he didn't do a bad job, did he? That was Charlie Gallagher, I believe he got rid of, number 56. Gismondi is tuned into this ball game.
Yes, he is.
Face mask will get additional yardage. Watch him here as he'll come off. They'll have Thorogood coming back to the left side, and then it's the reverse to Gismondi, inside reverse. And right there he gets rid of Gallagher, says, get out of my way. Man, I'm going downfield. And then Victor grabs the face mask as he doesn't have it there. That's why a lot of fans missed it. But threw him down, and West Deptford picks up the additional yardage.
Straight arm, kind of a lost art, isn't it, Mike?
You used to see it more often, I think, Bob, because that's the way they used to pose running backs when the camera lenses were so slow that they had to pose them for the picture. You think of the Heisman Trophy and the figure on top of that with the hand extended. Players don't pose that way anymore, so they don't even think about it.
Kastner bounces off on a couple of would-be tacklers, but there's that speed again. Good pursuit by John Russ after Kastner brought a couple of tackles. But West Deptford back threatening. They are at the 36-yard line. Loss on the play of, well, no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 8:13 to play. First half, 14-6. Paulsboro leading West Deptford. Thanksgiving Day football. Channel 5 delighted to bring it to you. Mike, I guess this is the first West Deptford Paulsboro Thanksgiving contest we've worked.
We usually wound up at Woodbury, didn't we?
Yes.
Pittman Clayton a year ago.
It is the second I am corrected. Gismondi, couple of yards.
All right, there you heard on our sideline shotgun microphone, nickel, nickel, nickel. They're putting the additional defensive back in. Al Frisbee, number 8, will go out there. They're dropped with the deeper men in the secondary, anticipating pass here.
It'll be 3rd down and 7, the ball at the 33-yard line.
James didn't make it bounce. Okay, he come upfield, took him over with his inside shoulder. Gotta make that thing bounce. Get up there, guys!
Tally fires it. It's incomplete. A penalty marker also is down. The pass incomplete.
Oh,
Now
another penalty.
A late penalty marker, and I believe that one of the Paulsboro players is going to be hit here with having said something to the official.
This will be interesting because that'll be a dead ball foul. So after one assumes they move West Deptford backwards, and then there'll be the personal foul the other way, which should be a dead ball situation. We'll listen
We
to
have a hold on the white. We have a dead ball, unsportsmanlike on the white.
Oh, both on. Oh, my goodness. So they're going to lose both. They'll lose 10 and 15. They'll lose 25 yards on this. They could turn it down and get a 4th, but I don't think that'll be what you want to do. Playing field position is the name of the game in football, so take all that yardage. You'll get a double penalty assessed here.
Huh.
They're talking it over out there. Of course. Here we go. 10-yard penalty for the hold. Mark that off. And then the big 15 on the dead ball foul. Howard has to love that one. Bang, there it is. 15 more going to be assessed.
25
Wow.
yards.
There's a dead ball foul against the
How about
Eagles
that?
of West Deptford, and that's going to
That
be
one hurts
another
the Eagles.
15 yards. So a total of 25 yards.
A very
Wow.
costly play for West Deptford.
What's that make it? 10, 20, 25, 35 yards for the first down? 34, actually.
Going to make it third and
Third
about
and
35 yards.
35.
for the Eagles of West Deptford High
Well,
School.
West Deptford now does not want to throw the ball up for grabs, Bob. Paulsboro obviously loosens up, looks for the pass here. You know, you wouldn't be hurt running a draw or a screen, something safer than throwing it downfield and then just punt the football and then hope to do it defensively. Don't throw it up in the air in the middle of the field, look for a possible interception.
Tally to throw. Fires it, and incompleted. The intended receiver was Ben Gizmondi. West Deptford will be forced to punt, so a promising drive goes in reverse, and the Eagles will have to turn it over.
Remember the second time they had the football also, they were doing fairly well as they had on that first long drive, and then they had the 5-yard penalty that left them like 8 yards shy of the first, and they only got 7 on the pass. So penalties have now hurt them on 2 drives.
Dangerous return tandem for Paulsboro.
They're going to come
Jason
after him here,
Diggs
Bob.
And Albert Frisbee.
Remember a bad snap on the first one. They were going to come after him.
Garrison gets it off. Pretty good punt. Victor at 25, looking for some blocking. Victor knocked out of bounds on a good
Frisbee on the
open
carry.
field tackle. Excuse me, that was Frisbee. A good tackle by Ricci.
They only got 25 of the 35 that they needed for a first down. They got 25 following the run back. So those 2 penalties were just disaster for West Deptford.
Paulsboro will start from its own 41-yard line with 6 minutes, 40 seconds to play in the first half. The Red Raiders leading 14-6.
Well, they're leaving that right end wide open.
Relly with a quick out and complete.
Bob, in that formation, when they go with the split receiver that way, West Deptford's defensive end is lining nose to nose instead of stepping a little bit and at least splitting the offensive blocker to the outside. So with the split man to the right side, West Deptford could run to the right all day long with just a little hook block on the defensive end. A little chilly here today. Fans starting to bundle up as they're watching the ball game. Wind came blowing in, but that's not unusual at Paulsboro.
John Ruska 9 on the completed pass from Grelly. At 2nd down and 1, the ball just short of midfield. Turner tripped at the line of scrimmage, falls forward, and appears to be just a little bit short of the first down.
I'll tell you what, Bob, can you imagine this young guy? Is he going to have any room left for the turkey this afternoon? He must know what time they're going to eat. I don't understand it anyway. I think he's eating that hot dog without mustard.
That's an appetizer.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we're going to get any hot dogs brought up to us at halftime. Did you?
Yeah, I talked to the assistant AD here in charge of hot chocolate and hot dogs, and a guy that we have chronicled so often on Channel 5, given so much airtime to, figured it was a lock. That's young Joe Hershaft. You know what he said? I have given up that duty today, and I've given it over to Bob Frederick. So I don't anticipate hot dogs or hot chocolate.
Well, we got the principal up here, too, Joe Manzione. Maybe he can work something out.
Hey, I'll tell you what. The expense account they give him over here, you'd think he'd be able to take care of us.
I understand there's slight precipitation. Does that mean it's raining?
Well, either that or it's so chilly I've been spitting while I'm talking here.
3rd down and very short for a first down, less than a yard.
Straight wishbone on this. First time we've seen that today.
Turner will have the first down and breaks free and almost breaks it all the way. A great run by Turner to the 38-yard line, a pickup of 12 yards. Outstanding run by Turner.
Turner's been the unhurdled back over here and has really done a super job for Coach Howard and staff. And He's the kind of guy that, you know, somewhat like the fullback at Woodbury, who didn't get all that credit. Watch the way he just drives right here. He's supposed to be down. You got the first down. That's all you needed. But, hey, I'm still going to go for more, and nearly breaks it.
1st and 10. Grelly goes deep. Looking for Russ, and intercepted by Thorogood. Thorogood with some room. And he is tackled at the 35. The penalty marker is down, but
Late
Justin
penalty.
Thorogood with a good defensive play covering Russ one-on-one. The ball underthrown, and Thorogood makes the interception.
Eagle band and fans love it, but a late flag and apparently maybe an illegal block. It's usually what you see in that situation. The Eagle leading the fans in cheers on the far side. Here comes the call. Oh, it's against Paulsboro.
So they'll get the interception and some yardage tacked on. All the way to the 50-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Eagles. 4:43 to play in the half, and here is the call.
Personal foul.
Personal foul, Red Raiders. That's going to move.
A lot of emotions between these
1st
teams.
and 10 for West Deptford, right at about the 50-yard line.
1st down and 10 West Deptford after the Thorogood interception and the personal foul yardage.
Great time right now for a play-action pass. Double fake, step back, throw the ball long. Not going to happen.
Gismondi gets a couple of yards. He is tackled by number 56, Charlie Gallagher. Pickup of about 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. West Deptford jumped on top 6-0, taking the opening drive. 67 yards and scoring, but West Deptford has scored 14 straight points since then. Or Paulsboro has scored 14 and leads at 14-6. 2nd down and 7.
This is the formation they gave us the reverse from. Last time they ran it with Gismondi.
The snap is fumbled, and Talley will just fall on it and lose 3 yards back to midfield.
Smart move by Talley at quarterback. Don't take a chance here. He tried once to pick it up, couldn't get to it. Knew if he tries again, the defenders could be on his back and maybe knock the ball away. Just falls on it, says, hey, let's just start over. 3rd and 11. We'll try and get it here.
Clock running with 3 minutes, 25 seconds to play in the first half. 3rd down and about 11 for West Deptford. Right over the middle, wide open, and he could go to the 15, the 10, touchdown on a great play right over the middle of Paul Ricci. A touchdown play covering 50 yards, and West Deptford right back within 2 points at 14-12. And Mike, that was a beautifully diagrammed play, and nobody could catch Ricci.
You know, I was watching the formation. They were unbalanced to the right side that time, and I said, you know, they've got the split receiver up on the line of scrimmage. That was Ricci. He didn't belong there, but the end, who was traditionally the end, who you see right there, did not go out. He stayed in block, so there's no problem. Ricci just splits him. Watch here, number 3, Kevin Jenkins grabs his back at the end here. It looks as if he pulled a muscle or something, which explains why he is unable to get the Ricci. You know, whether they get this or not, this 2 points, they've done what they had to do before the half. They've gotten back into the ball game by showing they can still score.
Thorogood trying to get him to tie, and he is into the end zone. West Deptford has tied Paulsboro 14-14. 3 plays, 144, 50 yards. The Heritage's scoreboard shows the figures, 14-14. We'll be back.
14-14.
It's a ball game just the way it's supposed to be on Thanksgiving. 3:02 remaining to play in the first half. 14-14 as West Deptford strikes with a long touchdown pass. Bob, they're going to play defense here. Try to go to the locker room even.
Sean Garrison, a short kickoff, will be taken by Frisbee at the 25. Frisbee picking his way, and he'll have a nice return for Paulsboro to about the 42-yard line. So plenty of time for the Red Raiders. 2:56 to play in the half. West Deptford A fine job of battling back, and we're now tied at 14. West Effort trying to win for the first time ever in this 11-year series. West Effort, of course, for many years was in the Olympic Conference. Clyde Folsom has got to be happy with the way his offense is playing today.
All right, they've got a trips to the left side. They only have 2 defenders in that direction, Bob.
Relly fires it, and it is incompleted. Ian Victor.
West Effort got fortunate on that one, Bob, that Grelly got some pressure in the pocket because they came out with a trips formation to the left side. That's a split end, and then 2 of the running backs coming into the slot. West Effort adjusted with just 2 defenders. That meant they had 1 man that was going to wind up uncovered. Grelly got the pressure, which kept him from being able to get rid of the ball quickly and forced him to look for just somebody to dump it to, and it was incomplete. But that could have been disaster for West Effort. Did not adjust properly. Same situation again. They've got to get another defender over here.
2nd down and 10. They dump it out to Turner. Turner has some blockers. Turner cutting it to the opposite side, but he is hit in the open field. A great tackle by Preston Thorogood, and what looked like might be a big gainer for Paulsboro becomes just a pickup of about 6 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 4 in Paulsboro once a timeout.
Now, you'll watch this. Remember, they have trips to the right side of your screen. They're left. Now everybody drops deep, and they run the screen where they want to bring him back now to the inside, away from the way the defense is rotated. But watch Thorogood really put the shoulder in, make the tackle. What I love about this, Bob, is there's a young man we saw in the opening weekend of the season. He was running all over the place. He had a lot of people telling him, you had a great career if you'd only shown up. Now it's your senior year. He really looked a little lost on the football field. He does not look lost today. What a growth and improvement over the course of 9 games.
Yeah, he's had some big games for the Eagles, too, this season, Mike. He's had a fine senior season. Part of the reason this West Effort team is so much improved. They're 3-5, Mike, but a couple of their losses could have gone the other way, so they're not a bad football team.
Paulsboro maybe going to say to themselves at halftime, hey, we may have overlooked the actual record and how good this team was, and thought too much about the first 10 years of this series, where it's been pretty easy for Paulsboro.
Glenn Howard knows he's in a battle.
And I'm sure he told them all week long it was going to be a battle.
3rd down and 4, the ball at the 48-yard line. 2:18 to play in the half. Relly to throw. Fires it, completed to Russ. And Russ is tackled. A good play by Mike Gattuso, but 1st down yardage to the 40-yard line.
Well, you can see the old professional football influence there as they ran what they call the pick play. And watch here, the 2 receivers will go down, and then Russ cuts right underneath them. They have now cleared the defenders. Kastner can't get to him as a result of the 2 men running down. It's like the old pick play in basketball.
Trips to the right this time. Relly firing again, and again hits Russ. And Russ gets another 1st down to the 22-yard line. Russ is having a big first half.
All kinds of time. 1:50 as they stop the clock to move the chains. They have no problem in here running this 2-minute drill. And it looks like the high school players, Bob, even on Paulsboro, love it when they say, let's go 2-minute drill. This is the one that during practice, no matter how tired they are, if they say it's a 2-minute drill, everybody's adrenaline starts pumping. They say, this is the fun time of the game, and Paulsboro is executing it excellently.
1st down and 10. Grelly will run with the football. And good job by Grelly. Gets some pretty good yardage to the 17-yard line. 1:29 to go in a half, and Paulsboro will take its 2nd timeout. Plenty of time.
When to use the timeout there, I don't know about you, Bob. 1:29 is a long time. And as this drive continues, they could come down to a point where they need a couple more instead of just 1 more. And particularly, they over the years traditionally have liked to try field goals, and they do a lot of practice with that. And sometimes you need that timeout just to get your field goal team on the field. I think 1:29, they had plenty of time. It was a 1st down play. It's 2nd and 5 now. But that's why they're there and we're here, huh?
Thanksgiving Day football, and Channel 5 delighted to bring it to you. We still have a couple of postseason games we look forward to doing. And
a couple, huh? You've already granted a victory on Saturday, either Woodbury or Clayton
I think that Woodbury will
or
prevail.
Clearview?
Clearview, of course, in the playoffs at Cinnaminson. No easy assignment for those Pioneers. And, Mike, you didn't get a chance to see Glasper finishing its season the other day
Well,
with
sure I
a
did. I watched
relatively
you.
easy win over the Pioneers.
I watched you. You don't think because I was out of town on another assignment I wouldn't catch the game on Channel 5, do you?
You never miss anything on TV. 2nd down and 5, the ball at the 17-yard line. Plenty of time. Relly fires it of them, a wide open Nevis. And Nevis has a first down to the 7-yard line. It is wide open.
Fine catch in traffic.
Minute 22 to go. First down and goal, the ball at the 7. And Relly has had an outstanding first half throwing the football. Here he is
Drops
again.
straight back this time, looking at Nevis all the way. As soon as he clears and hooks, nobody there at all. He's able to deliver the football.
Relly, the throw. It is knocked down. He was looking for Ian Victor in the slant-in pattern at the goal line, but the ball was tipped and knocked down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, some people watching at the end thought it was interference because Victor was knocked to the ground before the ball got there. But as soon as the ball's tipped, of course, the defenders in the backfield can unload on the receivers, and there's no interference. There's some of the crowd you can see underneath the scoreboard. The fence all the way around except for one spot, really ringed with spectators. Good crowd, and they're loving it.
2nd and goal at the 7. Now they're back in the I formation. Receivers to both sides. Gorelli, the throw. Great protection. Now it breaks down. He fires it. It's completed to Turner, and he dives to about the 2.
By Turner.
Under a minute, 57, 56 seconds. 3rd down and goal at the 2-yard line. And now Paulsboro will use its final timeout with 51 seconds to go. So,
all right, now that's what I was talking about, Bob. If they go into the line here, do not get it, time runs down, it's going to be very, very touchy at the end in order to be able to either get a field goal team out there or get in the huddle and call another play. Now, what Howard may do out on the field in this situation is call 2 plays. He may say, look, we're going to go with this play on this one, try and get a yard, half yard, whatever, and then we're going to get right on the line and go back with another one. That way they avoid the clock running out on them. So this has been a tough drive for West Deptford. They come back with the exciting touchdown to get even and get the 2 points out of Thorogood's run for the tie, and then play somewhat of a prevent defense here, figuring we'll just keep everything in front of us. A lot of people starting to say, Bob, that the only thing prevent defense does anymore is prevent you from winning. And you see it more often to me. I think that defense is going to be junked. It has caused too many teams too many problems where they give up such chunks, large chunks of yardage. Play it straight.
So Glenn Howard has given instructions to his offense. 51 seconds to go and a half. 3rd down and goal at the 2-yard line. And now some confusion. They're bringing a player back in. Now they're out of the wishbone on 3rd and goal from the 2. Turner near the goal line. The penalty marker is down. The ball is loose.
Penalty thrown in the direction of Paulsboro. And it's West Deptford's
West
football.
Deptford has recovered a fumble, but remember the penalty.
Brian
All kinds of
Oswald,
things happen
52,
on the
holding the ball up in the air. Come on, now if it's against Paulsboro, come on officials, you don't even ask, you just make the mark. Here it is.
Got an illegal procedure over here. It's refused.
Unbelievable.
White ball.
How about that? So Paulsboro blows a great opportunity.
Yep.
West Deptford manages to recover a fumble. Here's the play.
Now watch it here as they're just going to come out of the wishbone, try and power everybody forward. We cannot see what the call was, but hey, what a job done as he got in there and buried him. Kama just got in, got down on the ground, reached up, and forced that play to end. The ball comes loose, and then it is picked up by Oswald. If they do anything here, Bob, except Tally falling forward on the ball, they're crazy. Just take the ball and flop on it. Watch him. That's it, right there.
Smart
just
play.
lay
So
there.
they can just run it out. It looked like on that previous play, Mike, that Thorogood might have stripped the ball.
There was such a pileup on there. You don't know, of course, without the replays here and the call whether or not the ball was out or not. It was ruled it was, and West Deptford is going to survive to get to the halftime. Been a super first half, just what you want to see on Thanksgiving Day, and I love it when they go into the locker room all tied. You got a real football game second half.
Paulsboro blows a great opportunity. It's halftime on Thanksgiving Day. The Heritage's scoreboard. West Deptford 14, Paulsboro 14. We'll be back.
Attention business owners. You can increase sales this holiday season by reaching your customers through targeted cable TV advertising. Expand your advertising budget with co-op ad dollars you've already earned. Time is running out. This is the countdown. Most co-op advertising plans have year-end cutoffs. Increase holiday sales with co-op advertising on this cable system.
Today's entertainment excitement can be found in your home with Store Video Store, the place for pay-per-view. What's pay-per-view?
For the second half in what has turned into a really interesting, exciting football game, these teams tied 14 points apiece, West Deptford and Paulsboro. Take a look at the halftime stats. You see they're pretty even. First downs, the Eagles with 5, the Red Raiders with 7. Rushing yardage, 107 for Paulsboro, 85 for West Deptford. 116 passing yards for Paulsboro, 75 for the Eagles. Total yardage, 223 to 160. Turnovers, Paulsboro turning it over twice. The most important one, the one right there at the close of the half that gave the ball to West Deptford. The West Deptford with that big opening drive that consumed so much time, leading in time of possession, 13:02 to 10:58. Big ground gainers in the first half. Ben Gismondi for West Deptford carried the ball 6 times for 50. On the other side, of course, the leading ground gainer is Jason Diggs, Bob, with 71 yards on 6 carries. But the big stat is he carried the ball the first time for that touchdown in 63. The next 5 times, they really closed down on Jason Diggs. They'll have to try and do that in the second half to come up winners in this ball game.
Of course, he did have one long one called back, too.
Yes.
So there were some long touchdown plays in the first half. Ready to go with second half action. Sean Garrison kicking off for West Deptford. Deep for Paulsboro High School. Albert Frisbee back there along with Mike Turner. Short, high kickoff. Victor at the Frisbee at the 20. Frisbee breaks one tackle, breaks another one, still on his feet. Finally knocked out of bounds, but a nice return by Victor before Eric Haskell makes the tackle for West Deptford. So Paulsboro will begin the second half play with excellent field position. Paulsboro at the 45-yard line, just underway in the second half. 11th game in this rivalry. Paulsboro has won the previous 10. West Deptford in a great challenging position to win its first one today. Some running room from Diggs to the outside. And he is finally knocked out of bounds by the ever-present Ben Gismondi, but a nice run by Diggs on the first play from scrimmage in the second half. A big pickup of 17 yards, and it'll be first down and 10 for the Raiders at the 37-yard line.
Watch how he makes the move on the inside and then reads that it's all clogged up there, and then he has that ability to make the break to the outside off of Turner's block. Turner doing a super job as he got rid of Mike Boucher, number 51, and then a nice job downfield done by Frisbee on a good block that gave him the additional 7 yards.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line. Long count by Grelly. Grelly with the option right to pitch to Diggs. Diggs tripped up. Nice defensive play by number 11, Walt Talley. If Talley doesn't make that tackle, a much bigger gain by Diggs.
And the blocker was there, had the shoulder pads into Talley, and Talley shows the good effort to shed the blocker and then make the tackle and hold him to the, well, just under a yard.
Second down and 9 for Paulsboro. 11 minutes to play in the third period on Thanksgiving Day. You all have a nice holiday. Back in the I formation. Second down and 9. Really excellent job throwing the football in the first half. Fires it complete to Diggs, and Diggs has yardage to the 32-yard line. He'll be short of the first down by about 4. We'll call it 3rd down and 6.
Grelly takes the long look at the sideline. Remember, every play called by Howard as he gives them the hand signals, let him know what he wants to run here.
3rd down and 4 for the Raiders, not 6. The ball at the 32-yard line.
Option time for Paulsboro. Nope, going to throw it.
Grelly straight back to throw. Fires it complete over the middle to Russ. Russ. Good open field tackle by Gismondi again, although Russ manages to fall forward for extra yardage. First down pickup on the completed pass by Russ to the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Grelly has been very accurate throwing the football today.
Yeah, they're running some good patterns. That time they had Turner in the slot to the right side. He goes straight down, and then the receiver waits and then breaks right off of him and gets the linebacker caught between and betwixt, and the ball's delivered at the perfect time.
1st and 10 at the 24. Diggs, big hole. Diggs could make it. And he is hauled out of bounds by Paul Ricci, but a big gainer again by Jason Diggs, who's having a big football game. Diggs gets it to the 6-yard line. 1st down and goal for the Raiders. Diggs has scored once, had one called back, nearly had another one. Clyde Folsom concerned. A lot of offense in this football game.
On this drive, Paulsboro just looks like, hey, you know, this is a team we can handle without any problem at all. West Deptford falling back, and then seems to rise to the occasion. See if they can here.
That's a great play, a great defensive play by John Kama as they run the reverse with Bill Nevis, and the play loses yards back to the 15-yard line. That's kind of an unusual play, Mike.
Yeah, they get the 1st and goal. They're in the 4-play territory, and he figures, hey, last time we were down here, we were pounding on the inside. Remember, we lost the fumble, but Kama just reads this perfectly. Coming back this way now. Kama in, makes the tackle.
Remember, Paulsboro lost a golden opportunity in the final minute of the first half when they fumbled at the 1-yard line. Grelly back to throw. Getting pressure. Goes into the end zone and...
Face mask.
It is going to be a penalty call. The Gismondi trying to cover Ian Victor one-on-one, and Paulsboro will get advantage of the penalty here.
Penalty normally on the interference is the 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. They won't be...
Automatic 1st down.
Yeah, they won't be able to go to 15. Well, only go half the distance, but face masking all the way. And credit Grelly again, who wanted to throw immediately, couldn't get it, and then he says, well, somebody's got to be open. Let me loft it up. Watch, he will have his back turned, Gismondi, and get the hands up in the air. You can't do that. And both officials right there, credit them with the proper call.
So it'll be 1st down and goal at the 7-yard line after the end zone penalty.
Well, they started with 1st and goal from the 6, and now they get another start, but this time a yard deeper.
Make it a 1st and goal from about the 7-yard line.
Turner and Diggs, the backs behind Grelly, on a 1st and goal from the 7. Grelly with the quick pitch to Turner, who has to turn around, and that cost him a little bit of time, and then the outstanding defensive play by Walt Talley.
Yeah, they tried the reverse with 1st and goal from the 6. Now they tried a quick pitch trying to get to the outside. And both times West Deptford coming up strong. Talley playing real well on the corner. Earlier in this drive, you remember, he shed the blocker and made the tackle in the backfield. Now he throws them backwards again and puts them at the 10-yard line.
Loss of 3, 2nd and goal from the 10.
See if he goes to John Russ again with that look-in pattern.
Grelly back to throw. Fires it over the middle to Nevis. Nevis is in for the touchdown. Bill Nevis with a 10-yard scoring pass from Mike Grelly at 8:03 of the 3rd period, and Paulsboro back in front 20-14.
Well, it had to be perfectly thrown, and good job by Nevis to catch it, because Gattuso, 55, the linebacker, was right there this time. Anytime they've run anything in the middle before, it's been wide open. But Gattuso had him covered. Just an excellent pass from Grelly.
The sophomore Jason Lucci has made his first 2. penalty. Dead ball foul.
And there's a flag.
Dead ball, full start.
The Raiders will back up 5 yards and make Lucci's assignment a little bit tougher.
Take a look here at Grelly, who all of a sudden, Bob, statistically is having a super game. He has thrown 16 times now, has completed. That's his 12th pass. You could see Gattuso, 55, was right there, but Nevis catching the 12th pass completion.
No good. Lucci, no good on the extra point try from the 15. That was a 25-yard extra point tie. We're going to take time out from Paulsboro High School. 9-play, 3:59 drive by the Red Raiders. They're back in front on the Heritage scoreboard, 20-14 Paulsboro.
Half, they jump up by 6 points, 20-14, 8:03 remaining to play in the third period. Mike Linder along with Bob Schrock for Store Communication. Bob?
James Davis kicking off for the Red Raiders, who have recaptured the lead at 20-14. Short kickoff by Davis, and it is going to go out of bounds, and Paulsboro will take possession at its own 32-yard line. Or West Deptford at its own 32.
Credit Ricci on that one. They were hoping that it would go out of bounds, but Ricci saw that it was going to hang there. You can't let that ball go loose, or Paulsboro has every right to it, the same as West Deptford did, and he finally just knocked it out of bounds.
For the Eagles of West Deptford from about the 32-yard
line. They need one of those drives like they started the ball game with, Bob, to take control, get back in this one, and tie it up, at least possibly go ahead.
Well, they certainly have proved they could move the football against Paulsboro today. 1st and 10 from the 32. And a nice run by Kastner. Kastner with the advance up to about the 37-yard line.
So we see what on that play at least, the change they made. Remember that they were trying to go off tackle outside most of the time in the first half, and now Paulsboro has loosened up. They have Davis playing as a 2-point stance, second man in from the outside, and widened, and so West Deptford says we anticipate him to widen. We'll try and run it inside.
2nd down and 5. Thorogood slips one tackle, gets a couple short of the first down to about the 40.
Remember the first game we did them had to feel that as Howard looks out and says, what's going on here? Let's see what defense we need. How while you could see the enthusiasm was there, Bob, the skill development still wasn't there. But now we get them here at the close of the season, and you just see crisper blocking, crisper running, and just better execution all the way along. Folsom and staff have really done wonders with this football team in one short season.
Outstanding job. 3rd down and 3 from the 40-yard line. Tally to throw. Goes deep, has a man open, and it's off the fingertips of Sean Garrison, who had beaten the defender. The ball just overthrown. Nice effort by Garrison, but the pass incompleted, 4th down.
I love Talley's action on that one. He was going to deliver it earlier, and then he said, whoa, I'll just wait. It wasn't really a pump fake to try and freeze the defenders, but he just saw that Garrison had not yet cleared, waited. Garrison got the 5-yard lead on the defender, Kevin Jenkins. Got the ball up there. That would have been a huge play for West Deptford. Instead, going to have to punt the football here.
Albert Frisbee and Jason Diggs deep for Paulsboro. Sean Garrison, the punter for West Deptford. Good snap. Garrison is blocked. The punt is blocked by Angel Rivera, and a big defensive play by Rivera, giving Paulsboro possession after the block punt at the 21-yard line. And Rivera, a senior,
what a memory.
They're unimpeded and blocked that punt.
What a memory for a young man. Hasn't played that much. We haven't called his name at all. But every punt so far, remember, Bob, the first one of the game was bounced back to the kicker. Then from that time on, they have given it a little extra effort, saying, watch him come from the left of your screen. Rivera comes across the right spot in front where the ball's going to be, and he's able to get it blocked perfectly, just the way he's coached to do it.
Magnificent camera work. The option pitch to Diggs. Diggs with some yardage. Diggs breaks a tackle. Diggs is in for the touchdown. Jason Diggs on the first play following Rivera's blocked punt takes it in from the 21-yard line, and all of a sudden Paulsboro leads this 26-14. Paulsboro cheerleaders love it.
Diggs will get credit, Bob. He will be the one that'll say touchdown by, but there ought to be a big asterisk there next to the name of Angel Rivera, someone we hardly ever speak about with the Paulsboro football team, one of those guys out there, and he has been busting a gut on every punt. This time he got to it. What a big, big play.
Paulsboro will go for 2 after missing the 1-point conversion try after the previous touchdown. Grelly fires it, and it is completed, but not in the end zone, so the 2-point conversion try fails, although Victor caught the pass.
Let's watch it again, and we'll see Rivera now from another angle. Oh, here it is. Watch him come from the left side. But watch the way Bobby goes 3 to 5 yards in front where the kick is going to happen instead of going right at the kicker, which is the mistake so many high school kids make. They don't get the ball, but they get the kicker so frequently.
I think we got to give our Channel 5 crew some kudos today, Mike. They're doing an outstanding job gearing up for the playoffs, and was that a great shot?
Mm-hmm.
Nice crowd at Paulsboro High School today, enjoying a lot of offensive explosion in this football game from both sides, but right now Paulsboro with the upper hand, leading 26-14.
You remember we talked about Diggs, how he had that big run early and then was shut down essentially. Now all of a sudden he's at 10 carries, 125 yards. Not a bad day offensively running the football.
And remember, Mike, if the one hadn't been called back, it would be 175.
Yeah, it would be bad, would it?
Davis kicking off, line drive kick, dropped by Thorogood at the 17. Thorogood is hammered on good coverage by the Red Raiders. They've been getting
There's the guy, Bob,
coverage all day.
The guy that made that tackle. How about that story? Number 71, Charles Phones. What a story he is.
Great wrestler at Paulsboro High School, never out for football after the 3rd game. As a matter of fact, it was the Woodbury game, Mike. He went to Glenn Howard and said, I want to play football. And Glenn said, here's a uniform. He's an outstanding athlete, and they are surprised, Mike, at how well he has adapted to a sport he never played.
Yeah, excellent. And what was he in? One of the top, if not the top weight class a season ago?
Number 4 in the state, Mike, at that weight category that had Lynch from Ocean City and Covington, who beat Lynch twice from Overbrook High School. Charlie Phones, number 4 in the state of New Jersey.
Yeah, one of the magic moments on Channel 5, huh? That match, Lynch and Covington.
That's right. 1st and 10 from the 26. West Deptford needs to get his offense on track again. Gismondi on the reverse. It has worked well a couple of times for West Deptford today. Gets some decent yardage to the 30. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Well, whatever the outcome, that young guy right there will always be able to remember this ball game and the performance he gave. Ben Gismondi has done the job offensively and, more importantly, has been probably the top defensive player for West Deptford all day.
Superb 2-way performance by Gismondi. A lot of guys making major contributions in this football game today. Very interesting contest. 2nd down and 6. Talley taking the handoff, firing, and it is incomplete. A couple of number 1s bump into each other. The intended receiver was Preston Thorogood. Defending on the play was Jason Diggs. Incompleted, 3rd down and 6.
Excellent zone coverage that time by Paulsboro. They dropped back, receivers crossing zones, changing areas, and the defenders let them go out of their zone and be picked up deeper. That time the deep receiver Garrison got ultimately picked up by Kevin Jenkins, and Diggs stayed right where he was supposed to be and was able to get right to Thorogood when he came into his area.
Got to give Diggs a little credit for that play, too. Perfect timing, very close to interference, but timed perfectly by Diggs. 3rd and 6. Talley getting a big rush, and incomplete. Excellent rush on the play that time by Ron Anderson, a senior guard for nose guard for Paulsboro High School. Incompleted as Anderson makes the play work for the Red Raiders. It'll be 4th and 6, and West Deptford will have to punt again. Now let's see if they do a better job of bumping Rivera. Rivera, remember, had the punt block on the last West Deptford attempt that set up the Raiders score.
Well, they just let him on the screen. They let the man in without a bump. You're supposed to give him a bump and then let him come. Instead, they just let him come all the way. Didn't get a chance to set that screen up.
Garrison to punt. Rivera getting a big rush again and got fairly close again. Nice punt. It is backed up and is dropped by Frisbee, then picked up. Frisbee breaks one tackle. Now the ball is loose, and West Deptford will come up with it. So Frisbee fumbling the punt.
Kama again, Bob.
And Kama comes up with another fumble recovery, and West Deptford, don't count them out. They're right back in this in good field position at the Paulsboro 42-yard line.
Must get a touchdown out of this drive. Must take advantage of the turnover. He gets the kick away, Garrison does, without too much of a problem.
That was close again, Mike.
But then the argument downfield causes maybe a break in concentration, which is what leads to the fumble along with the super hit. Looked like he was going to break it free. Loses the football, and then Cam on top of it. Fake here, Bob, and throw the football. I'm telling you. They will not.
Keep it on the ground with Thorogood. Good defensive play by Paulsboro. The tackle made by Ron Anderson. Anderson with another good play. Gain of only about a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. There's still plenty of time. 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the third period. West Deptford trailing by 12, but after the fumble recovery by Kama, in real good position here.
Come on, Folsom on the far side. Remember the way Garrison had broken free. Call that play again. Take advantage. Hope Paulsboro's down a little bit as a result of that turnover. Just maybe a little anxious. Give him a play action. Freeze the defenders and then throw it long.
Tally.
Oh, he did throw it.
Thorogood breaks one tackle, picking his way. Good job by Thorogood. Outstanding run. And it is a 1st down for West Deptford on a nifty bit of running by Thorogood after the catch.
I like Tally. I'll tell you what, he has really improved. That's an excellent job. Watch him here as he just comes up, reads the defense, knows he can deliver the ball quickly to Thorogood. They really do not have the support there in the corner that he has to worry about. Thorogood handles it well, makes the play here, gets rid of Victor, back a step. Oh, that, Bob, what improvement. We talked about it earlier. This guy now is a football player. Earlier in the year, he was a guy with football talent. Now he's a player.
That's about as good a 15-yard carry after a catch as you're going to see. Injured Eagle player down at about the 45-yard line being worked on. We don't have his number.
If we saw it again, you'd see a chance to see what makes the difference between the outstanding backs and just the guys that are able to do the job. It's that stop and start ability. When you get down and you see a man coming at you, can you stop and then explode again with the speed? And Thorogood showed it to us on that play.
We'll take time out from Paulsboro High School. The score, the Raiders 26, the Eagles 14. By 12, but driving here in the third period. Pickup of about 2 by Kastner to the 25-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Nice crowd on hand for this contest.
Is that anyone you know?
Who is that? Okay.
That was the leg of Jason Lucci.
2nd down and 8. Tally. It's a man open on. Nice catch by Gismondi. Outstanding catch by Gismondi for another Eagle 1st down. Done it all today, that young man. Not an easy catch. You know, both quarterbacks, Mike, having good ball games. Tally for West Deptford, Grelly for Paulsboro.
Yeah, Tally delivers this one. Has to make Gismondi stretch to get it by the defenders. They did freeze him somewhat with Thurgood going in the opposite direction. Look at the stretch. Yes, see, he had to throw it out there to get by that one defender. And Gismondi did what he had to do to make it a completion.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. That'll be a dead ball foul.
That hurts you. Hurts your rhythm. Puts you back 15.
Procedure again for the Eagles in West Deptford.
Dead ball, full start. White.
So they'll back up the Eagles to their 18-yard line of Paulsboro and make it 1st down and 15. Clyde Folsom in his first season.
Tally's now thrown the ball 10 times, Bob. 5 completions for 101 yards. So you're right. He is also doing the job at quarterback. Doesn't have the numbers yet that is being shown to us by Grelly.
Minute 20 to go in the third period. West Deptford with a great opportunity here to cut into the 12-point deficit. Tally fires it over the middle and knocked down It appeared by John Russ, incompleted, 2nd down and 15.
What happened on that play, Bob, is that they wanted the straight look in because they had the man-on-man coverage out there on the outside, the defender Kevin Jenkins. They wanted to throw the look in, but they sent, from the left halfback position, they sent Gismondi on a flare. Russ had him, and he came across to cover Gismondi and put him right in the midst of the pattern. Would have been a much better play had Gismondi not made that flare to the left side.
Minute 7 in the 3rd period. They run a draw to Gismondi, some room. Gismondi, one man to beat, still on his feet, he'll go! Gismondi, who's had a magnificent football game, scoring the 3rd West Deptford touchdown at 59 seconds of the 3rd period. The West Deptford fans loving it, and West Deptford hanging tough, now trailing 26-20.
A textbook call, Bob, in an obvious passing situation. All the books say run screen or draw. They run Gismondi. Jenkins comes up, number 3, you'll see him, goes to the ground, which you can't do as a defender, and Gismondi makes the little step to the left side and runs it in himself. Excellent call from the sidelines. People thinking pass, run the screen or run the draw. So many teams don't do it, yet it works over and over again. Statistically, it's always a better call. Good drive this time.
17-yard scoring run, and the drive consuming 3 minutes, 28 seconds. 6 plays, 42 yards. The final 17 by Gismondi. Now a timeout before we try the extra point. 6-point differential here. If West Deptford can come up with the extra point here, all they have to do then would be score a touchdown to win the football game if they could hold Paulsboro. So this is one of the more interesting games in this series, no question about it. Paulsboro not only has dominated the series with 10 straight wins, but they have won by many lopsided scores. The one exception was in '89 when it was a 12-7 game. So, Mike, no question about it, the improving West Deptford program really showing that again today.
Yeah, what Folsom has to do, Bob, as he continues to build, is he has to get some more depth as far as players go. When you take a look at this club, he had an awful lot of kids for a school the size of West Deptford playing both ways. That is the difficulty. He knows it. To have a program, you got to have 8 to 10 guys that are playing one way, only 2 or 3 playing both ways.
Garrison out of the hold of Talley, and it is no good. No good, so the score will remain 26-20. Paulsboro beating West Deptford. A very entertaining Thanksgiving game at Paulsboro High School.
And that is what Thanksgiving Day is all about. Look for the victory, but more importantly, give your best effort. Have the performance that as a player you can remember forever, because there's something about playing in that game on Thanksgiving that just etches it in your memory bank.
I'm sure
Bob,
you remember all of your Pleasantville performances on Thanksgiving Day, don't you?
None that ever come close to the magnificent play of yours on Thanksgiving Day when you got the chance to kick that extra point. And, gee, how did that turn out?
Well, I didn't get a chance to kick it because it was centered over my head.
Saved you, perhaps, from some ignominy. Huh?
I mean, that was our only touchdown of the year.
Gismondi, Bob, has now carried the ball 8 times for 73 yards, to say nothing of the bigger contributions he's made defensively.
He's going to get some consideration for touchdown club honors this week after this performance.
He will also get consideration for the Mayor's Trophy, which is given out here.
Turner goes back and takes it at the 10-yard line, looking for some blocking. And nice coverage by the Eagles. The tackle made by Eric Haskell, who's made a couple of special teams tackles today.
Maybe the best tackle out there was made by Chad Hall, Bob, number 72. Unfortunately, though, he tackled a man who did not have the football, Ian Victor.
Chad Hall, all academic touchdown club honored this past Monday night, Mike.
That was an impressive group.
Certainly
Get a chance to read those accomplishments of those young scholar athletes.
1st and 10 for the Raiders. Both teams have really moved the ball well today. Diggs is hit at the line of scrimmage, and a big defensive play by the Eagles. Number 72, Chad Hall, we just talked about him, among the tacklers on that play.
The academician read that one perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
Fired up club out there now is West Deptford. They probably sense with the 3-2-1 final play of that quarter that, hey, they've got to get it now, stop them here, and get another touchdown.
Well, we've got a dandy from Paulsboro High School on Thanksgiving Day. On the Heritage's scoreboard, it is Paulsboro 26 and West Deptford 20. We'll be back for this. In the backfield, he made one of the big defensive plays of the game on the block punt. Option right in that. Turner, fortunately, is able to boot the football out of bounds because the ball was loose, so it'll be a loss on the play. Stop the clock.
Turner's going to hate that because he finally, with Diggs hurt, gets a chance to go to the tailback position. Rivera at the fullback, and he says, here, I've been waiting to do this all year long, gets his first pitch and fumbles it.
3rd and 6. Diggs back in the football game. 10 minutes, 36 seconds to play.
Plenty of time, Bob, but this is what you call a crucial play. More for West Deptford than it is for Paulsboro. Stop him here to get the football back.
Ball at the 44. Grelly, who's thrown the ball tremendously all day, but this one comes up short and will force a Paulsboro punt. The intended receiver was Ian Victor. John Kama with coverage. Kama's had a big defensive ball game today for the Eagles of West Deptford. So West Deptford, trailing by 6, is going to get the football back. They will drop Gismondi back. How many times have we mentioned the name Gismondi today, Mike? He's been everywhere.
James Davis.
We'll try and pull them off with that move where they jump down. Nope, didn't do it this time.
Turner, the punter for Paulsboro. Line drive kick taken by Gismondi at the 26-yard line. Gismondi is hammered. Good coverage again, but West Deptford will start in real good field position with 10:20 to go.
Well, that's the big thing that the Eagles have to realize now. We have all the time we could possibly need. There's no problem with the scoreboard. We don't have to rush ourselves at here. Let's just go at it, plod down the field, 4 or 5 yards and carry, and try to get it in the end zone. Use up a lot of time on the clock, and then get an extra point.
West Deptford will start from its own 38-yard line, 1st down and 10. Double wings set up with Kastner the lone setback. Kastner with the carry, and he gets it across the 40-yard line to the 42. Gained by Kastner of 4, 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 for West Deptford High School.
Like a lot of scoring, Mike. 46 points. What was the over and under for this one today?
See, I don't even know what that means, Bob. Only you guys that live in that wild world of gambling would understand.
2nd and 6. Thorogood. And Thorogood is nailed by Grelly.
Foul up there somehow in the blocking pattern. It's not the way it's supposed to be. Thorogood's supposed to get to the hole and find at least some chance to make a move. Instead, he found 3 of the Paulsboro players. Somebody did not get a block there. They bring him in motion. They get him a start. Gismondi will come from the wing and come right across the picture. Doesn't get a block, and he's there, really.
Lost a couple of yards to the 41-yard line. 3rd down and 8. Talley, who's thrown the ball well, likely in a passing down here.
I think they read it. It's time for that reverse again with Gismondi getting it. Oh.
Talley to throw. Talley, boy, there's great timing by Ian Victor. The pass incomplete. Needed perfect timing, and that's exactly what he got. So West Deptford apparently forced into a punting situation.
And that's going to bring up a 4th and 8. What looks like to be
Talley with some good faking on this play, and then looks downfield, and you're right. Watch Victor come across at the right instant to knock it away from Gismondi. You had to wait. Right, boom, perfect. Knock it away.
Love that camera angle. 4th down. Garrison, watch Rivera on the right side. He got one and almost got another one. Here he comes again, but he gets the block this time. Nice punt.
There it is.
The ball is fumbled. Oh, boy. And then Frisbee is nailed.
That is a super hit. by the
Kama.
special teams. Kama again.
On about the 33-yard line.
Cam, a great wrestler at West Deptford High School, and delivered a telling blow there. So the West Deptford defense needs to do a job here. Paulsboro leading by 6 has the football. What West Deptford cannot afford, obviously, is to allow a long, time-consuming Paulsboro drive. Turner, not much. Mike Henriquez with part of the tackle for West Deptford.
Good to see Diggs back into the ball game. It was just a little bump on that late hit. Flag wasn't thrown on the sidelines. Set out the 1 series.
Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8 with 7 minutes 40 seconds to play. West Deptford trying to pull off an upset that would give them the first one ever in this 11-year series. Welling to throw. Oh, really dangerous play there. Incompleted pass as Walt Talley had coverage out on the wing against Jason Diggs. Incompleted pass, 3rd down and 8.
Will be the first, perhaps, maybe not just the first, but one of the earliest Thanksgiving Day games, and what will probably be many that young lady will see, probably after she looks forward to joining a crowd like this, the cheerleaders. You know, a number of those young ladies, Bob, also seeing their last action as a football cheerleader, they will remember this day also.
The bandsmen, the cheerleaders, the football players, a lot of people making their final football appearance today. Welling to throw. Needs a big play, and it is incompleted. Boy, that's great timing by Gismondi. Oh, what a football game that young man has played today, Mike.
And they deny him again, and will get the football and again have plenty of time. They sure would like to see Gismondi pull one more big play right now, wouldn't they, with a rundown? But watch this play. He comes across the top now. Super angle to see it from. Here comes Gismondi's hand, knocks the ball away with perfect timing.
Turner, the punter. Turner, high kick, not much distance.
See which way it bounces.
But it takes a good bounce for Paulsboro, then is down by Rivera. And West Deptford again, a good starting position from its own 33-yard line. Lots of time, 7:07 to go.
4-yard line.
Yeah, Mike, this is a pretty good football game.
I'll tell you what, won't tell you which way I thought it was gone. Maybe you could guess, but I didn't think we'd get this much entertainment today here at this ball game.
Lots of offense, but Mike, a lot of great defensive plays too.
Just super plays. Same people maybe over and over again that we're talking about, but
Eagles from their 33 with a 1st down and 10. Talley fires it. It is intercepted. Watch this one. Diggs going the other way. Only Talley to beat, and touchdown. And boy, what a backbreaker that is for West Deptford, and a big, big play for Paulsboro. Jason Diggs, who has had a magnificent game in this, his final game of his junior year, with a touchdown that could put it away for Paulsboro High School.
Yeah.
And coming at 6:38, 32-20. He had nothing but clear sailing, Mike.
Crusher. Talley says, let's try and change up on him. 1st down, let's try and sneak one by. I'm not sure if he wanted the streaking Thurgood downfield or if he was throwing at the end. Either way, Diggs was able to split the difference, pick it off, and run it in. Talley gave it the effort but couldn't get there. Diggs scores again. And a crusher. A crusher for the Eagles. And a big one for the Red Raiders.
The Raiders go for 2. Raleigh fires it, and it is knocked down by Thurgood, but a penalty marker in the end zone.
What is this call? I saw no contact, did you? For an interference?
Didn't see anything. Apparently it is against Paulsboro.
We have offensive pass interference on the try. Penalty is declined.
You heard it, offensive pass interference.
But Jason Diggs, boy, you talk about huge games, Mike. We've been talking about Gismondi, but how about the game Jason Diggs is having for Paulsboro? Awesome, and 1 touchdown called back. He scored 3, 1 in an interception, 2 on long runs, and had another one called back. So with 6:38 to play, it's Paulsboro 32, West Effort 20, but don't count out these Eagles.
Yeah, 12 carries now, 132 yards on the ground. And then that one there, which is going to be the one that I think, Bob, will be the one that's remembered by both teams. West Effort may be talking about, hey, we stopped them 2 times in a row, had plenty of time, and then we made the mistake and had the crusher. Paulsboro, on the other hand, saying, boy, that team wouldn't give up, and then we got the interception.
Big kickoff by Davis.
You better get it.
And it does go.
You better get down to it. Okay, it broke the plane. Automatic touchback in high school.
So West Effort now needs a quick hitter, and of course Paulsboro will be
loose,
looking for that in the defensive secondary. 52 points in this football game. Boy, they've scored all different ways. In the air, on the ground, interceptions.
Long runs. Exciting plays. And good defense. How can you have 52 points and think about it as a good defensive game, and it was.
That's right. Well, there's a big play by Charlie Phone. We talked about him before, the wrestler who is playing in only his 6th high school football game and his last. And a loss of 2 by Thorogood on Phones' big play, second down and 12.
A lot easier to play with 6:14 left and a 12-point lead. Just everything looks easier to figure out. Anxiety's down, excitement's up.
That Paulsboro secondary will be looking for the pass again. Tally on a second down and 12. Tally throws, swings it out, and incompleted.
Not a good throw at all, unless you figure Tally saw Davis coming like a freight train and says, I'm going to get this onto the ground so we don't worry about an interception. Another one picked off.
Third down and 12, and this play could be West Effort's last hurrah. Charlie Folsom obviously concerned. Glenn Howard feeling a little bit better right now.
You know, is he giving him the signs with the hand signals, or he just moving his arms, make it look that way, and then yells it in, you know? Remember that the best signal caller we ever had on Channel 5 still was Moore at Gateway when he turned around to give the bunt signal. Remember, just put the hands like the bunt.
Tally, it completed to Gismondi, but well short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and significant yardage for West Effort. Let's see if Clyde Folsom, with 5:32 and the clock running, takes the gamble here from his own 25-yard line. It'll be 4th down and about 6. I think they're going to go for it, Mike, and I applaud West Effort for doing that.
Yeah, at the high school level, maybe. Other levels, pro, surely you'd kick the football here and play defense.
They're going to go for it. They figure this is their last gasp. 4th down and 6. Tally to throw, good protection, fires it. Oh, almost intercepted by Grelly, but a moot point because Paulsboro will take over possession. So that should pretty much do it, barring a turnover here that gets West Effort the ball back. 4:54 to play. The Heritage's scoreboard showing Paulsboro leading West Effort 32-20. We'll be right back. Bob Shryak and Mike Linder back at Paulsboro High School. Mike Turner has had a pretty good ball game for the Raiders. With a pickup, they do stop the clock at 4:47, and Paulsboro leading West Effort 32-20 on a very interesting season-ending Thanksgiving contest for both teams.
Bob, we've always worked Thanksgiving Day and then hustled home to get the scores of the games, calling different newspapers, calling people we know in different towns. Don't have to do that much today, do we?
No, only a couple games to worry about. Clyde Folsom, give that gentleman some credit. They're going to finish, it appears, 3-6, but I think a very deceiving season. They've made a lot of strides with the West Effort program this year. Turner close to a first down. I believe he may have it.
See who made the first hit was Talley, who's been playing both ways.
And he's played well defensively, too.
Yes, he has.
First down.
You'll remember that last interception he threw, unfortunately, and hopefully that memory will fade and he'll just remember the other good things.
First and 10 from the 15-yard line for Paulsboro High School.
First down and 10 for the Raiders. They are at the 15-yard line of West Deptford, 4:20 to play. Right up the middle, Rivera breaking tackles, and he is close to the goal line. Looked like he's down at the 1, and Angel Rivera showing great quickness.
And I love that opportunity. I'd love to see him get the touchdown, because when you go back over the key plays in this game, I'll tell you what, it seems like a long time ago now, but that block punt by Rivera was really a big one.
Yeah, Rivera's block, they were only up by a touchdown at the point. That set up the TD that made it a 2-touchdown Paulsboro lead, so you've got to consider Rivera's play one of the big ones of the ball game. And Paulsboro with an opportunity here to really apply the clincher. It is first and goal at the 1-yard line. Turner and Rivera behind Grelly. And Rivera does get it, and he gets the touchdown. Angel Rivera, who has one of the big defensive plays in the football game, gets a touchdown in his final high school contest, and that takes the score to 38-20. Paulsboro has put this one away. Yeah, you like to see that, Mike. I'm glad Glenn Howard did that for him, because Rivera's play was such a big play defensively.
Yeah, no longer in doubt. 4-play drive, only 25 yards, a minute and 20 following the attempt at the 4th down to get the first, and unsuccessful.
And Grelly tries to get rid of it. The extra point try is botched, but Paulsboro in good shape. It's 38-20.
Yeah, let's hope that's not an injury.
That's Grelly.
Yeah, let's hope for him,
That's Mike Grelly, who apparently was injured. Grelly, the holder on the extra point tries. The snap looked a little bit high. He tried to throw the football, but appears to have been injured in the play, and that's a concern for Paulsboro. Well, the fans starting to shuffle out, Mike, I guess, to get home to the turkey.
Now, you, of course, having started your diet, will eschew any food this afternoon.
I'm going to chew a lot of turkey.
No, eschew.
No,
I use that word once a year, Channel 5 telecasts. Today, you forced me into using it twice. But we don't get much of a respite, do we? We get a chance to watch this one today, go home and start getting the charts ready and pumping all the stats out of the computer for the big one on Saturday. Really looking forward to that one. Just hope it does not turn out, no matter who wins, that it doesn't turn out the way the first meeting between Clayton and Gloucester, 33-6. Let's see what may happen. Oh, he gets bent backwards. Oh, that had to hurt the back. Huh?
Mike, I was surprised at that first Gloucester-Clayton score, because I've seen Gloucester 3 times and watched Clayton on Channel 5. 33-8, I don't think is indicative of how close those teams may be.
Broccolero that day, 305 or 312, whatever, on the ground, and almost every time on one play, offsides, Paulsboro on the kickoff. They'll have to do that one again.
Well, Davis is really booming with some of those kicks. This is one of those games, Mike, when you're going to look at the final score, you don't see the football game and think that it was a blowout.
Yep.
That's not the case.
These guys have done a good job today. Phil Capucci and staff, have they not? Watch offsides, right to the man to the left of the kicker.
Dead ball encroachment on the kicking team.
Whoops, you're a little too, slow down. Whoa, there he is.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious. Well, we've had tremendous work all day by our Channel 5 crew.
Well, I'll tell you what, we take them out to breakfast. That is always the key. Get them up early, feed them, and they come here ready to work. Enjoyed those donuts you provided. It was your turn, wasn't it?
That's right. Getting ready for our big Channel 5 Christmas party, too, right?
Are you going this year? I'm usually out of town.
Wings. Davis from the 35. Another good. Thorogood at the 15. Thorogood trying to break out of the wedge. Paulsboro has covered kicks well all day.
There's a young guy, Bob, that's going to say at the end of this, well, it hurts right now, but when I think back on it, thank goodness I chose to do it my senior year. He and Fonz, two guys, who played no football before this year. And Jolly, of course, was quoted in that excellent article in the Gloucester County Times that profiled him as saying, I was thinking about it. It was something I always wanted to do, something people told me I should do, and time was slipping away, and I said, I'm going out. He's going to be thankful. Surely Thorogood has to be.
First and 10, the ball at the 39-yard line. New quarterback in the game for West Deptford, and Troy Beecher goes down.
Credit Beecher, a senior, Bob, and hung tough all year long. Didn't get much of a chance to play. I'm glad to see that he's out there now also.
Beecher lost 5, second down and 15. 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the 1991 football season for Paulsboro and West Deptford. So Paulsboro will maintain its dominance of West Deptford in this series by winning for the 11th consecutive time, but certainly one of the more spirited West Deptford efforts in the series. They'll keep it on the ground, and little yardage for Tony Denby. Tony's a junior. He'll be back to play another Thanksgiving Day for West Deptford High School.
Yeah, we want to credit Joe Kelly with having done a super job with our statistics today. Credit our spotters, Fred and John Incognito, who did a good job on top of that. Super when you have a crew ready to work, isn't it?
Yeah, well, a lot of high-priced talent here.
Mm-hmm.
Third down and 15 for the Eagles, with some reserves getting to play some football now, and Kastner, one of the real good veterans on this West Deptford team, Mike Kastner, in his final high school football game, picks up 5. It'll be 4th down. Minute 25 to play. Albert Frisbee and Jason Diggs dropping deep for Paulsboro. Sean Garrison will punt for West Deptford. Minute 5 to go with the clock running. Garrison. And the ball will be down by West Deptford at the 42-yard line. 53 seconds to go. Some of the Woodbury football team.
What do you think they're talking about?
Yeah, they're getting ready. So there's some alumni there too, I believe. But
gone to the pit, right?
That's right. Going up to Florence to play on Saturday.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you one pick I'll make. Woodbury will be in the final.
Some do not feel that's one of the more potent Florence teams, Mike, but we'll see. Turner with the carry, hurdles one would-be tackler, gets a couple of yards to the 45, and clock running, that could be the final play of the football game.
Happy group today. They've got a big assignment coming up, the band at the Christmas parade Saturday at 5 o'clock over here in Paulsboro. If you're doing nothing Saturday at 5, Bob, I'd like to see you here at the Ames parking lot. I'll be there. Watch that parade.
So that'll do it. 3, 2, 1. They do get the play off, apparently. Rivera carrying the ball for Paulsboro, but that'll do it. Final score, Thanksgiving Day 91 at Paulsboro High School. The Red Raiders conclude their season with a 38-20 victory over West Deptford. We'll come back and wrap it up after this.
Attention business owners, you can increase sales this holiday.
Over as a young guy, whether or not he could do it. Had limited coaching experience, but he has stepped in. Glenn Howard has to be seen as one of the bright spots in the coaching spots in Gloucester County and South Jersey. On the other side, how can you fault the job done by Mr. Folsom in his first season? He has turned the program around. These young players have to look back, realize what they accomplished, as opposed to looking at the record and saying, well, it's just a 3-win season. he has them on the right track. He has them in the ability they can move forward. They've gone 11 years now without a victory, but I think it's not going to be much longer before they get a victory on Thanksgiving Day against Paulsboro.
A lot of positives, I think, for both teams today, Mike. West Effort certainly gave Paulsboro all it could handle. You look at the score, 38-20, does not really tell you what kind of a football game it was. It was 26-20 until late. Paulsboro scoring a couple of late touchdowns. Folsom's done the job at this level. He also has done the job down below, he and his staff. There's a lot of good young players in this West Effort program, and of course you also mentioned Glenn